All right, hello everyone. We are live right now, and we're live today with three of our students here together. That actually together are one business, right? We have Nicole Neal here. We have Brian here with Nicole and Brian, actually brother and sister. Is that correct? And then we have Mike, which is their longtime business partner. So the three of them have partnered together on all kinds of different things in real estate already. And when our paths crossed and they started in the land business, they also came in as one entity, as a long-term standing entity. So with that said, guys, you guys, first of all, welcome. Nice to have you here on this kind of interview, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Good to see you, Jack. Thanks for having us.
That's awesome. So you guys came to us. Give us a little bit introduction. Tell us a little bit about you, but then also perhaps you can talk to the point that you guys came to us a little bit different than many others. We have many of our students, probably like 70 or so percent of our students come with like no background of real estate before, not having done any land deals before, not having been in real estate before. And we're taking them through all the different steps of learning and everything. You guys came to us with a different angle. Tell us about yourself and about that. Whoever wants to take the lead.
Nicole, go ahead.
Go for it.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having us, Jack. We're super excited to be here. And all of us have actually worked together in real estate for quite a few years, starting in different wholesaling, multifamily, and it was a natural fit. We saw you in your program and got really excited about what we could do there and how we could implement it into what we've already sort of been doing as a business. And so, when we started, we kind of took the plunge and we sent out mail campaigns and, we had good response from offers that we got under contract, and we ran into some, struggles with really turning and selling the properties. And so we've always believed that coaching is something that's a must to do in any business if you really want to scale it and level up the right way. And so we made the decision together as a team to say, we want to go all the way. We want to sign up with Jack Bosch himself, the man. We want to learn from the best. And so that's what we did. And we kind of put our money where our mouth was. And we said, teach us, peel back the veil, as Mike likes to say, peel back the veil and show us, what we're missing here. And so we jumped in and we started that process, and very quickly we had results within the program. And since then we have close to 20, I think, properties still under contract, and more coming in. We're getting now into a flow of more consistency as well. And then we've sold four properties have actually closed, and we've got 2 more in escrow as we speak. So we've made upwards over $70,000 so far, with more in escrow looking to close here within the next couple of weeks. And then, now we're projecting, great things still by the end of the year. So we're excited about things.
Right. Wonderful. Awesome. Anyone wants to add anything to that? Brian, Mike?
I just think one of the differentials that we found within the coaching versus doing it ourselves was just more of a structure, having that ability to lean out or lean on to your knowledge and your expertise. And specifically with land, it's a different animal. We know multifamily, we know single family. Land did have different challenges and different things that we had to prepare ourselves for. And the coaching was very valuable for that.
Awesome. Great. So again, in your particular situation, it was that you had already started on your own and you have gotten deals under contract, but for some reason, for many reasons, really, they weren't selling. So one of the things we did with you guys is we looked at them and we analyzed, and we saw that the areas that you guys had selected were perhaps not entirely optimal. Let's put it that way, right? So we went. The state was fine, but the area itself was the areas itself where you got the deals from. There wasn't just a whole lot of movement there. So we went back to the drawing board and got you to the process again and got you to discover new areas. And as a result, one of these deals made you $46,000. And then we, right, 46 grand. Is that the number?
Yeah,
like
right on.
Yeah, right on. And And then funny enough, though, I think after you guys had learned a bunch of these things and make these adjustments in area and in listings and in things like that, we worked on your listings on, you actually went back to some of these old properties and now you were able to sell some of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, 3 of them came from that initial area with new marketing and branding and just a way to get that property in front of the right audience. We weren't putting it to the people that wanted to buy that type of property.
Right. So this is a cool thing. So even properties that before didn't really sell, once you honed in on who to put in front of it, what the kind of marketing is, how it needs to look like, and so on, they ended up selling. That gave me a tickle here, because it's kind of like it went all full circle, which is exactly what it's supposed to do, because there shouldn't be really a reason why you won't sell properties unless it's really junk land and it's like land in an area where nobody ever wants to go. But every property should be sellable if you put the right deal and the right structure and the right things together. So I think in some of those you guys went back and renegotiated with the sellers too. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, we had gone back to some of those and renegotiated different prices and different deals, had some extensions. So yeah.
Which then made the property sellable. So that's because now you could sell it at a different price with different terms. It turned a deal that probably was a cash deal only into a seller financing deal, right? And talking about seller financing, the next area of business that we're now working on, now that you know how to sell them, we are working on a seller financing strategy for you guys. Can you tell us a little bit about your goals in that area?
Yeah, I mean, building cash flow has always been one of the most attractive parts of real estate. I mean, to get to the passive stage, you have to build up the business first and get to the point where you're going to be able to really start cash flowing. Cash flow comes from the seller financing deals, so that's our next sort of frontier. We have a couple of properties that we're going to be moving for cash purchases, but we have some lined up that look like they're pretty good for seller financing. So we've been working currently with trying to find either note buyers for any of the deals that we don't want to seller finance in the future and can't, or don't want to hold in the future in terms of seller financing deals. But yeah, we're really excited to be able to expand on that frontier.
Right. So let me dig into that a little bit more. So you just said something really interesting, and that is that you're building up basically a network of people that are potentially willing to take those notes up off your hand right as you create them, right?
Exactly.
And what does that do to your ability to do deals? Can you dig into that a little bit?
Yeah, Mike, you want to take that? I know you've been kind of the front of our group in figuring out how that's going to look and actually looking to put that all together for us. So,
Yeah,
I
Mike-
think we might have lost Mike there.
Yeah, he actually did an analysis. He'll probably jump back on in just a second, and he can kind of take it over as soon as he gets back on. But he had actually done an analysis for us that showed us some of the deals that had fallen out of contract that we weren't able to move, the extra profit we would have actually made if we had no buyers built up at that point in time.
And that was how much?
Well, on the large property alone, actually, I think that was the biggest one, right? We were able to sell it for about $45,000, $46,000 in profit cash. But I think, Mike, your analysis on that, if we would have done a seller financing / note, it was a much more lucrative deal.
Oh, yeah, it would have been probably 150K.
Yeah, there was several different variations on it depending on when we were able to sell the loan, whether the loan needed the note needed to be seasoned or not, and things like that. But I mean, every one of the scenarios that we ran was more profitable over the course of a 6 to 12 month term. It was more profitable for us to take the seller financing option than it would have been for the cash.
Right. So what I'm going towards with this is that really you guys that I'm super excited about, by the way, and that's part of the scaling process that you guys now in, right? You came with some challenges. We solved those challenges. The properties are now selling, but that's not the end of the game. You're in here for a year program, and so the second half of the year right now we're spending, or not even the second half, we're spending on helping you scale this business and really putting those scalable business models in place that allow you to go big. And one of the analysis that Nicole just said when you dropped off for just a moment, Mike, you mentioned is that you guys did the analysis of you need the analysis of a few deals that early on that you basically ran out of contract with that didn't end up selling, but you had seller financing buyers for, just that the purchase price was too high for the deal, right? So if it's a $10,000 deal and you have it under contract for 4 and somebody only offers 10, it doesn't make sense to sell it for cash for seller financing if you only get $1,000 down because you're like 3 in the game still. Right. And you can do that if you have a bunch of money in the bank, but over time you're going to run out of cash, because if you do 10 deals like that, you need $30,000 of your own money to give in there. That will come back with the monthly payments over probably a year or year and a half, but you're still out the 30 grand first over these 10 deals. So you guys did the calculation though, that if you were able to make those seller financing deals happen, you would have made tens of thousands of dollars of even more profits right now.
Correct.
That's right.
And out of that, in our coaching group came a conversation up that basically started you down the path of developing a model through which you can actually do those seller financing deals by either having note buyers lined up right away that take them up right at closing. So it becomes a triple closing, right? You're buying, you're selling, and you're selling the note all in one day, right? Or that you get a loan from somebody to buy the property, and then you basically do a wrap and sell it that way, and then pay that person off in the time. So there's multiple advanced models that you guys have run through, and that you're now basically rolling out in order to capture those deals that otherwise might be a little bit harder to sell. Can you talk to that just a little bit more?
Yeah. So, you're somewhat limited when you're starting out, or we were somewhat limited starting out in terms of, budget. Sorry to say we didn't have a couple $100,000 sitting in the bank to start buying properties left, right, and center and start moving them the way we want to move them. So everybody's got to start from somewhere.
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, but along that thought, we'd kind of, we had a lot of experience with multifamily, with syndication, with, pooling funds and things like that. So we started to kind of play with these different ideas of how we could fund these deals to purchase them. How would it be lucrative for everybody involved, and what would it actually look like in terms of the numbers? So we just started putting together different scenarios. If we would have borrowed the money, if we would have had the money, if we would have, leveraged it differently, possibly brought in the sellers as potential partners and things, and just looking at different scenarios in different ways, really trying to think outside of the box. But yeah, I mean, in terms of strictly seller financing deals, they're extremely lucrative for a number of different reasons. Obviously, the cash flow is fantastic when you can really capitalize on that. But having the note buyers lined up as a secondary and even a primary means in certain situations is really, really a beneficial thing to have. So that's one of the things we've been working on the disposition side.
All right, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm super excited about that, because that's a true creative way of building a big business. And the nice part is we already have coaches that do lots of seller financing deals that we now have put you together, that even though you coach with us, you still with me, you still have, we put you together with multiple coaches right now that have lots of seller financing experience, so they can walk you through some of those scenarios that you're going through there. And how's the experience been with them, with working with the entire team and the network around?
Yeah, it's been
incredible.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's been great.
Awesome. Very nice, guys. So now 70K profit. Yes, there's some operating costs too, but let's say if it's like 60, 65K net profit so far, and now you're going down that route, and you have what, 16, 18 deals more to that you can close. How much profit do they add up together? I'm sure in the 6 figures, right?
Yeah,
easily into the 6 figures.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so now you know what to do there. You have the model there together. You got a business plan together now, a trajectory for your business that will very, very quickly get you into the 6 figures, and then obviously beyond the 6 figures, because you're 3 of you. It's 3 of you. You guys need to make 3 times the money in order for everyone to live just as well as some of our coaching students. They're like alone, right? But that's what I see always happening, right? So it takes a little bit to get started. Then you start breaking that barrier of sales, and then it's like, this is how it works, and then starts just flowing quicker and quicker. You guys seeing that so far too?
Yep. I mean, if it was
Definitely.
easy, everybody would do it. So, putting in the work and just understanding what you're getting yourself into is paramount.
Absolutely. Great. All right, guys. So that's really, I wanted to just highlight you a little bit. I'm super excited about you guys' success. I'm excited about your perseverance too, because a lot of people have tried it on their own and then it's like, it doesn't work, or couldn't sell the properties. So it's like, I probably just bought a bunch of junk properties and let's just give up. And then go on anywhere on social media and just like tell, this doesn't work. You guys did it the right way. You guys basically shifted gears. You guys said like, no, this works. We know, we see it, it's happening. Get the right guidance to it. And now you're $70,000 into the profit. And you have six figures still waiting to be realized when these properties sell. So I couldn't be happier with you guys. And we're only halfway through. We're only halfway through. You guys are not at the finish line yet. There's
a lot more to
so much
come.
more to come that we're super excited about. So with that said, do you have any kind of, is somebody listening to that or watching this and it's kind of like thinking this, should I do this or should I not do this? What would you say to somebody like that?
Yeah, I mean, find your why. And I mean, if it's a question of to do real estate is one question. To do coaching, if you are going to do real estate, is not a question. If real estate is for you, that's great. Put in the work, put in the time, knowledge, all that good stuff. But having somebody there to answer the questions, give you the confidence in taking action, never should be something you question.
Yeah, absolutely. Following the footsteps of, we've done this with, our other real estate endeavors and a lot of other things. If you want to go get into a new business, find someone who's got a track record of being successful and do what they do. So having a coach with whatever aspect you get into, that's been the most beneficial thing for us to turn around what we were trying to accomplish on our own to make it a lot faster and much easier to get into the new business. So I think that's always an excellent way to go if you're going to jump into an entirely new industry, is find an expert, make that your mentor, your coach, and do the things they did to become successful, and it'll work for you as well. And that's been the case for us.
Agreed. I agree with my partners. You just find a way. There's always a way. So to Mike's point, you find your why. It's not a question. Don't just put your toe in, just jump all the way in, because that's the best way to be successful. The quickest is to follow in those footsteps.
Awesome. All right. With that said, guys, thank you very much for being here with us.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks a lot, Jack.
Yeah. All right. So that was a case study or an introduction to three of our students, right? Nicole, Mike, and Brian, who have come to our program just about, I would think, about 4 or 5 months ago, and basically with some experience already, with deals under contract, but not knowing how to sell them. So we looked at that. We started refocused them. We got them better deals. We taught them how to renegotiate those deals. Well, on the other end, so they went back to those old deals, got them renegotiated, taught them how to sell it really well. And now they have their property sold. They've made $70,000, and they're on a fast track to being in a multi-six figures over the course of their very first year in land flipping. So with that said, guys, again, I want to remind you that coaching is available right now. We have a few spots still available, and make sure that you get going. The bonuses are available. Make sure you talk to your concierge. Make sure you get into that, because at the end of the day, what they said at the very end is so true, that at the end of the day, if the decision on real estate or not real estate is a decision that nobody can make for you. The decision on coaching or not is a decision that you should never even doubt, because the only way to do something full and jump in with both feet is with coaching. It's a time collapser. It's an accelerator. And if you don't do it, you're going to pay the price of coaching anyway. You're going to pay it by delaying, by frustrations, or by expensive mistakes, by losing deals that you could have made 30, 40, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000, right? Or by doing deals in the wrong way that makes you not get deals and so on. But if you do coaching, you get deals done. Like, for example, a deal that they made $46,000 on is a deal that actually fell apart with multiple buyers. But with one buyer, we have finally put it together, and one buyer wanted to do a seller financing deal, and we were able to structure the seller financing deal with them, or they were able to structure with our help, seller financing deal such that they had literally everything lined up for it to be able to sell that deal and sell the note in the same day. And that's something that if you don't even know what that means or how that works, then this is why you need coaching. So again, we want to work with those that are coachable. We want to work with those that are committed to their financial future. We want those committed to a life of abundance. And again, the bonuses are still available. The program is available at the current price, right? After this, prices will go up again. So make sure you guys jump in right now. You contact your concierge. You call us at 602-712-0182. Again, 602-712-0182. Or you go to landcoaching.com to schedule a call with our team. And with that said, guys, you have a great rest of the day. Take action now. Otherwise, your life will never, ever change. All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.